So what is the difference between rich people and poor people? If you answered that it is the amount of money that they have in their bank account, then you are separating cause from effect. Okay, the amount of money is an effect. The amount of value that they provide to the marketplace is the cause. Okay, so what we have to focus on is getting to the cause in terms of how we can help people solve their problems, in terms of how we can create value in the marketplace, and as a result of that, the money will flow. Okay, the difference between a rich person and a poor person is not the amount of money that they have in their bank account. It is the mentality that they have, whether they are in the abundance mindset or whether they are in the scarcity mindset. Because the fact is that there are some people that are so poor that all they have is money. On the flip side, there are some people who may be broke, but they are never poor because they have the abundance mentality. They know that there is opportunity to create massive value in the marketplace because money in itself is just printed by the government. They can keep printing more and more of it. But the true limitations that we have in this world today, our creativity, our imagination, are of determination, are of commitment of creating value to the marketplace, of solving people's problems. Okay? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 6 rules of rich people as extracted from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This is going to be a quick summary for you. And if you haven't checked out this book right now, definitely do so because it will change the game for you. Okay, if you haven't checked it out, this is the first personal development book that I ever read. And now I'm coming back to it because the lessons are so valuable and I'm definitely getting something different from it just by making this video and running through my notes of it. Okay. So rule number 1 of rich people is that they do not work for money. Okay, money works for rich people. Poor people are a slave to money. They work for money. Money is their boss. But rich people have the money work for them by investing in systems, by investing in assets that generate income for them. So I remember I was going to the airport in Kuala Lumpur on my way back to Bali, and I was in an Uber, all right? Very nice Uber driver. I'm having a conversation with him. I'm like, shit, what are you doing up, working at 5 a.m.? Like, is this your only job? Like, do you have 2 jobs? He was telling me that he works from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. That's fucking crazy, man. Like 17 hours he is in the freaking Uber just driving around. He is a hard worker, okay? But what he wasn't able to do is separate his time from his income, okay? Because if you are unable to do that, no matter how hard you work, you will always be a slave to money because money is something that you work for rather than it working for you, okay? You can work hard your whole life, but if you don't have the money work for you, if you don't find a way to generate income while you sleep, then you will work to the day that you die, okay? That's what Warren Buffett said. So heed his wisdom and find a way to separate your time from your income, okay? Now, the second rule of the rich is that it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep and how long you keep it, okay? So there's the example of Mike Tyson, who generated a lot of income, okay? He reached to the point where he was worth $300 million, but he didn't know the way that money could be multiplied in his life. He ended up going broke, from 300 million to broke, because it's not about how much money he had. It's about how much money he kept and how long he kept it, okay? So the rich people invest in assets that generate income for them over the long term into generations, and poor people invest in liabilities which they think are assets, okay? For example, a home. A lot of people consider a home their asset, right? Although property value does go up over the long term, but the fact is that when you're paying for maintenance, when you're paying for taxes, when you're paying for so much just to make sure that you can live in this house, that it's livable, then over the long term, there's not much gains that come into it, because every single month that home is taking money from your bank account rather than putting money in your bank account. And that is the difference between an asset and a liability. When you sell that house and you sell it at a profit, yes, it will be an asset at that point where you sell it, because that's how it impacts your income statement. But if you buy it and it's taking money out of your bank account every single month, then it is not an asset, it is a liability, okay? So understand the way that different purchases in your life affect your income statement, whether they're putting money into your bank account or whether they're taking money away from your bank account, okay? And it's not about how much money you have, it's about how much money you keep and how long you keep it and how long that money works for you. Now, the third rule of the rich is that they mind their own business. Okay, so just the way that the tax system is set up in most countries, it makes it very difficult to get rich if you are an employee. Okay, because the biggest difference is that with an employee, he gets his paycheck after the taxes are cut, but with the business receives the income, spends all of the income as much as they want, they spend their expenses, and then they get taxed on it. Okay, so if you're a business and you're making like 100K profit, then you invest like 90K or 100K, all of it into your expenses, into growth, into marketing, into expansion, then your business will even be bigger without actually having the tax factor into that. But as an employee, you get taxed when you get your paycheck and then you spend your money. Okay, so it's very difficult to become rich, become abundant as an employee. And if you are not operating through a business, through a corporation, this would definitely be an avenue for you to dive deeper so that you can operate through a corporation and not only safeguard your own assets, but also generate more assets as a result of it. Now, the fourth rule of the rich is that rich people invent money. Okay, like I mentioned previously, money is an effect. Money are pieces of paper that the government can keep printing more of. But the cause is imagination, the cause is creativity, the cause is solving problems in the marketplace, the cause is creating value for people. Okay, like Zig Ziglar said, you can get anything that you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. Okay, money is not something, it's a symbol. Okay, money is a symbol for human productivity, for human accomplishment, for human achievement. And if you can figure out, if you can really exercise your creativity and your imagination to figure out how you can help so many people solve their problems, and you are literally inventing money, which is a symbol of human productivity and human achievement. Okay, so don't think that you need to get money. Think of, because that's the effect, like I said. Okay, the cause is providing value, the cause is solving people's problems. Now, the fifth rule of the rich is that rich people invest in education, poor people invest in entertainment. Okay, 90% of homes probably, or even more, have TVs in their living room, but less than, I would say, 5% actually have business books or libraries in their home. Okay, rich people invest in themselves, they invest in their minds, they invest in their development, improvement, and learning. But poor people invest in entertainment, in Netflix, in getting by, in going to the movies, in just, spending their time and money in a way which does not benefit them over the long term. So run an audit of where you have spent your money. And if you have not spent on your self-education, on improving yourself, on going to events, in books and courses, then it will be very difficult for you to make strides in your life. Because if you don't invest in yourself, you can't grow yourself. If you can't grow yourself, you can't help other people to the extent that you are truly capable. And as a result, you will not generate the income that you would want for yourself. Okay. Now, the sixth rule of the rich is that rich people deal with fear differently. Okay. With poor people, they associate more fear with losing money rather than the potential for gaining money. Okay, they play the game of money to not to lose, but they end up losing anyway. And rich people play to win. Okay, so of course there will be risk associated with every single endeavor that you go into, which will have the potential for gain. But the more you increase your awareness of the particular vehicle that you're going into, goes back to the education stuff. Before you invest in something, you invest in your education about that thing so that you increase your own knowledge about it and then decrease your risk as a result of it, because you are educated on this particular area that you are investing in. Okay, so play the game to win. Don't play not to lose, because then you'll end up losing anyway. And look at the potential for gain, for expansion, and look at failure as feedback in your life. Because when you are taking action, when you are going to the marketplace, you get feedback as a result of it. Either you had the results that you wanted or you didn't. And if you didn't, you get the lessons and the feedback that you can learn to iterate your decisions moving forward after that. Okay? So those are the 6 rules of the rich that are extracted from Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I hope that they have been valuable for you. Definitely has been for me, because even as I'm clarifying my own relationship with money and getting clear on the role that it plays in my life, it's like it is an effect at the end of the day. Okay, I have to focus on the cause, on the root cause, so that the effect takes care of itself as a byproduct of doing the right thing rather than treating the symptoms. Okay, a paycheck every single month is a symptom. It's like a band-aid. It solves the symptom of paying your bills, but it's not something that gets to the root cause of creating financial abundance in your life, whereby you don't even have to think about your paycheck because you're generating that passive income that is serving your lifestyle and allowing you to expand even further in every other area of your life. Okay, so Rich Dad Poor Dad, this has been the summary. I hope it's been valuable for you. Definitely check out the book if you haven't already, and leave a comment below letting me know your number one challenge with finances in your life right now. And if there's any way I can help you out with that, I'll definitely reply to your comment either way. But leave a comment below letting me know about that. And with all that being said, this has been Mo, and I will see you in the next video.